All right, we're streaming now, and welcome to Scotty Talks About. As we get everybody ready in here tonight, my guest is Robbie Thomas. Love him, my dearest friend. I'm going. Oh, there we are. So I got us on here, so I can see us on. I turned the media off so I don't hear. So I got the chat room going. We got 5 people already. So here we go. We're getting going.
Oh, right on. We're famous.
Famous. We're on. At least we got technology on our hands tonight. Sometimes you never do. So
Next to Scotty and in care of Robbie.
So 2 mediums talking about crap tonight. So we're gonna do it. We're doing some good stuff. So it's gonna be a fun night. I'm excited to have you here, Robbie.
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
You and I have talked about for ages about talking about doing shit together, and we never have. And here's the start of it. It's time. The COVID whole thing, it changed my life dramatically. Even with the group Psychics Unite, because we're doing everything through Zoom now. And so we get all our groups around the country all together in a Zoom meeting, so we can all have it easy. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And I'm looking at how are we going to do this going forward? Am I going to set up Zoom meetings so people can join my meeting in Madison? Every 2 weeks when we do it, or can we join them, or can we have one speaker for all the groups? Talking at once. Hi, Carly. So it's kind of cool the technology that's kind of making us or forcing us into doing things. So
definitely, you're all Zoomers.
Yeah, we're Zoomers.
Yep. They don't like you. I'm zooming out. Zoom.
Out. I'm out, bitches.
That's right.
So Robbie, why don't you give everybody a little bit about you, and then we'll get into just jabbering tonight.
Yeah, I'm a husband and a father. I live in a house of estrogen. I'm owned. I never get a say of anything, and that's why I come down. Look at my little hole. This is my hole. This is where I sit. Thank God Scotty saved me tonight.
Yeah, I got you out of doing yard work.
Right, that's right. Damn. So yeah,
me too. I don't have to do it today.
No, I mean, my name's Robbie Thomas. I went through to be a cop twice, many moons ago. I work with law enforcement for the last 30 years, and it's been since 1990, my first case, Scotty, till now. So that's 30 years if I did the math properly. I never did graduate high school, but I'm counting. But anyways.
I was married in 90, so I know that's 30 years.
Oh, thank you.
That's why I did it in the even year, because otherwise I couldn't count right. Yeah, how many years is that bad?
Figure it out.
30 years.
That's right. I'm sorry, honey.
30.
Exactly.
Hi, Sharon.
Yeah. So, well, you got me beat. I've been married 27 years. Yeah, see, I like the odd even thing because now, yeah. So 27, we'll call it 30. It feels like 30, 50, you know what I mean? No, just kidding. That's why I'm all white here. Shit, my hair fell off and everything, that whole 9 years. But anyways, yeah. I'm a psychic medium. I work with law enforcement. I've worked with different agencies such as CIA and the NSA, the FBI, OPP. OPP is in Canada. They're the Ontario Provincial Police, like state police in America, America. And I work with your sheriff's offices and everything down there and what have you. And there's that book right there. This book.
Like your profile. I got to talk to you. I want to tell you about. I just helped with a case in Milwaukee that didn't turn out well, but it turned out well because I was able to help the family.
That's better. I thought you meant
talked about. So you know what I mean.
Good.
So let's kick off tonight. We got the most people in the room right now, and I want to thank everybody for coming on during this time. I just want to take a moment of silence. Robbie and I talked about this before. We're going to, in showing our respect for Black Lives Matter and that everything that's going on, Black folks need our help and need us speaking and talking and discussing this and showing that we're all in for it because they've had a bad life, forever. I mean, ever since they've come here to the United States. So, and Robbie's from Canada, but I want to do a moment of silence tonight for showing our respect and our honor, and hopefully that that this could change, and that we can have a better future for everybody.
Absolutely.
So let's do a moment of silence. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's watching that wanted to do that with us. It's important. It's important for us to talk. There's a lot of people that aren't being treated well, but right now the blacks are the ones that are the most, and we're watching the videos every day of the peaceful people trying to get their points done. And today it happened in Minnesota. They were able to they actually all four of them got charged. So
Yeah.
and then higher charge than it originally was. So
amazing.
Yeah. So I pray that everything goes well. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, on to ghosts.
No,
No,
yeah.
so so I know what it feels like now, that what you've been doing for 30 years, because I did it with a group out of Milwaukee, or this lady who had her son at the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. He went missing right around Valentine's Day, and I was called in like 2 days after, or a day after it happened. We kind of did it on our own, and then actually the mother actually contacted us, and unfortunately, from the moment that we got into it, I knew he was passed. And we were able to, the group of mediums that we worked with were just amazing. So I want to thank everybody that did it, that we all got together, and everybody had their own visions, and I put them all together. But I said it from the moment that we started, that he was passed and he was in the water, and then that's where we found him in the end.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it off air before we got on it, where we're having to talk about radio shows that we don't like too much. But unfortunately, during that time, I found a lot of mediums and psychics and groups like that pride on this lady, pride on the mother, trying to get them to do like 3-hour readings, just so she would pay the whole time for it.
Wow.
And even the mother told me that she knew that they didn't have the contact for the whole time. There was this group, I forget where it was, and I wouldn't say it anyway, but they called and kept telling me that he was alive and he was in this place and she should go look there. Nope, now he's at this building. And one person said they were in a different city in Chicago. It was like, where are you guys getting this? Because it just wasn't right. I mean, we understood what was happening right away. It was so sad to me. It was so sad to me that many people, were prying on her, basically.
Yeah.
And I understand. And that's why, like, I know you do it so well, but like when I do it, I try to. I want to make sure that I have enough people getting the same views, so that we can come in with accurate information, or as accurate information as we can.
Right.
And so, like, I had about 10 of us that were working on it, and all 10 of us came up with the same thing: water by the rock, by the bridge, all the same type of stuff. We all knew he passed. So that's why when the mother came to us, I felt okay to go to her because of it, saying, hey, I feel comfortable enough doing this, that,
Definitely. Yeah.
because I had enough validation from others too, so.
Yeah.
How do you do it? How do you do it by yourself? I mean, it's
amazing, because mine's a little different, because I get called on death scenes with law enforcement.
Okay.
And prior to, but prior to, I'm here. So everything I get, I fax. My fax behind me and all this stuff is in here. I fax to them, and then they say, okay, we're putting you on a plane, and they bring me down, and that's how we do it. You hit on a couple of key notes there, and it's very sad, because like when you said, let's go back to the mom, and they come first. Families always come first, always. You never want to hear or see a family member that's got a loved one missing or passed, hurt or being taken, like in this book here, I gave many examples, Scotty.
I've read it. unlike other hosts.
But there's one in there about for 14 years, one family was misled and said that their loved one was dead and buried in Mexico. And then I did I did a psychic justice tour in 2010, and I opened up in my hometown. So there's all my home people there. And I said he was alive, and everybody's, oh, and the police are like, oh. And I said, no, he's alive. And we found him alive. But could you imagine what that poor woman, what you did, and that poor family for 14 years, the distinction, if it was even just one day, that hurts, you know? So yeah, there's a lot of people out there give misinformation. Oh, absolutely. You know, absolutely. How do I do it? It's just, you know, I gather my information, my insights from spirit guides, people who are working with me on my side from heaven.
Right.
And, you know, I get names of murderers. I get the places where they are to find the weapons, and we do this. And then I send it to them. They hand me on the plane. So one down plane will go down to Ronald Reagan Airport in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I get off the plane. I go meet the DSA, and it's a CIA daughter is missing. So he goes, I got all your stuff here. Here's suspect A and suspect B. That's all I got, right? And he hands me a map of Maryland and Virginia and goes, find her. So I'm mad now because the delay in the flight getting there, and I'm looking at all these poor people. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the whole situation, looking at that crummy guy in the photo, right?
Right.
I go back to the hotel with my wife, and I grab a beer, I crack it open, I take a swig, I circle the little road by Andrews Air Force Base, and I throw the map down. And she's going, you ain't done. I said, I'm done. You know, Homer's got all my stuff, and I'm done. Next day, we get escorted to the DSA office. We go in. Homer's there, and then he introduces me to the NSA guy who's going to come out and do whatever he does. These people are really, you know,
Yeah,
they're out there. Who are you gonna call?
me for these.
Yeah, you. NSA, you.
Hi, Nick.
So we go out there. Homer goes get in the car. So we're in the car, my wife, me, and what they do, Scotty, is they drive you all over the place and they try to throw you off, right? And what they do is go, is this the place? And you go, no, that's not the place. And then they drive 5 minutes this way. Is this the place? Because it looks familiar. And you go, I know what you're doing, Homer. I've been done before. And I said, take me to the place I drew the road and everything. And he goes, get out of my car. And he pulls over. He goes, get out. And he leans on it like this. And he's got his arms crossed. And he goes, I don't know how you do it. But he goes, I've been investigating that road for 2 years. And he goes, there's no way you could have known her phone pinged off the tower between Andrews Air Force Base to where she went missing. And you just went on and on and on. So then we went down there. Of course, we found the bag with the flip phones, the murder weapon, clothing, what have you. That gets taken away. And then, so they got evidence, but she went missing. It's weird in Columbia. Is that right? Washington, Columbia area?
It's District of Columbia.
Yeah. Because you go missing in a certain county and you're over here and the phone pings over here. So murder without a body, it don't happen that way because you got to find, you know, it's weird. The laws in the States, different than Canada.
Yeah. Because that's not really even a state. That's just a district where, you know, the government is. So
crazy.
And they got all the other, you know, that's Maryland right there, Virginia. That's all of it's right in that area. So
all of it. Found the car. They call it washed, was bleached in Virginia. Okay. So now we got the vehicle washed in Virginia. We got a bag of goodies. Can't find her body. I went on to another case because they knew I was there, so they rushed me up to another case. But so after that case, we come home. So now we're home. We spent a few days up in Washington, and a year to the day, I get the call. They found her. Like you said, wrapped up in a carpet blanket 100 feet from the road. So, oh, they go, but we have to wait for dental records. Now, you know, spirit moves in mysterious ways. It always does for anything and for everybody, because it's a universal tie, right? And for
Right.
everybody, it's a universal tie. So I'm home. I'm going, great. You know, it's not because I got the case solved. I'm great. You got your baby back, right?
Right. Right.
She calls me 2 weeks later. She goes, no, it's not her. You found somebody else's baby that's been missing for 2 years. So exact same spot, but I found the key evidence for her case, but I found another baby body that was missing, wrapped up in a carpet. And that's how it is. So I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute, stop. Your daughter is guiding me to find somebody else's baby, and we did that. So that's how they work, right? Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that's the way it is a lot of times, even in readings. It's so different. You know, they come through, but they don't want the message. They want to bring somebody else through. And it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's always the message that people need to hear, not the message that they want to hear.
That's
It's
true.
never that case. I mean, I can't tell you in how many readings I do where this loved one comes through that they totally hated in life. And they go, why did they come through? Well, because they want to make up. It's, you know, it's their life review. They gotta atone for their crap, you know.
Right. Or either they want the last word, you know, one of the
Yeah.
other. Fuck you. No. Oh shit.
So
Yeah, it's amazing. But how did you find it? How did you find it? You know, I mean, like doing that, and then
that was
have-
my fifth case. So
right.
I'm nowhere near your million cases that you do. But
No,
that
I
was-
mean,
that
how
was
did you
my
feel when you found out that the mom and all those people, all that time, were we'll call it taking advantage of the mom?
Oh, I was mad. I was pissed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I know one of the people that did it that I had way more respect for. And when I see her, I will let her know.
Yeah.
And I think that's bull.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been seeing that a lot, even with paranormal groups, because I know we do that stuff too. You know, work with them. A lot of crap happening with people trying to prey on these people to try to get them, you know, to fork over way more money than there should be.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you got this black demon on you. No, there's a portal in your house. No.
Oh, there's a porta-john in my house, but no.
There's a mortgage on my house, but no. Damn, a mortgage. Oh, I thought you said mortgage, not portal. Portal.
Mortgage. Mortgage.
Mortgage.
No, but I know. I mean, there's a certain amount of money, and I do charge for my cases, because my
Yep.
time is, I have to fly for a week to go somewhere, and you know, it costs a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of money. So I get asked sometimes, and I'm gonna, so people understand this. Can you come to the Philippines? Like the Philippines, I get asked to go all around England or whatever, right?
Mhm.
I say, yeah, but if I'm working with the detectives there, and then we have to employ a dog team, which they don't have, which you told me that the detective says we have to employ one. So we have to add all this up. And I'm there for like 2 weeks. We're talking, it's not like $100. No, we're
Right.
talking tens of thousands of dollars to do something.
Yeah.
Families don't have it.
No, I know. You know, and she
Unfortunately.
didn't have it, but they were milking her all this money. And I was like, whatever, you know. And the worst part of it was the guy in the group that said they were in these different places. And now I knew, and I told her not to listen to him, but any mom who has an inkling of hope that their son is still alive is going to go look.
Oh, you know it. You know it. It's human.
Right. I'd do it. If there's a glimmer of hope, I'm going to break into that freaking place. I'm going to try to see if he's there.
Right. That's right.
And she did, and she wasted all this time, and now she knows, and she went after him. Now they won't talk to her, of course, you know.
Right. Yeah. You know, that's a downfall, because out in Ventura, California, I just did a case, and the detective, it's a gang related issue. Okay. Boy was shot and killed, but they shot him in the leg and watched him bleed out. Right. If she's watching this, you know, I mean, she has my report now. I never give my reports to family. Always law enforcement, and they want to ask questions, they got to go through them. You have to do it professionally. There's a lot of legalities here. So I was given a release to be able to give her my report from the detective. So I did. So when you say they want to go now and rush over that house or whatever, that's what normally happens for people. But thank God we have perp 1 in jail, perp 2 in jail. So I mean, there's no rushing anywhere, right? We're looking for a weapon, and it takes their time because I'm here. I can't get back down there to do anything. So yeah, there's things like that. I'm really quickly trying to think of cases that are going that kind of way for you.
You got all night if you want to keep talking.
Yeah.
We're good. It's not like there's another show after us. So
damn, I gotta go.
I gotta go do the yard work. Yeah. Honey, we're gonna be late. No yard work tonight. Sorry.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So,
but what I was disappointed in ours was that someone let the mother into our group and saw our work, and I was mad, and I was kind of frustrated, and I don't like letting the people see our work.
No.
I mean, I'll give you the information at the end. I'll give you, what you need. We'll give you the recap of what we've come up with, but I don't want you to see the work because there are some leads in there that never went anywhere, and it's just the way it happens.
Right.
It just goes. But yeah, that was the only negative on that whole case was somebody let it in, but the mother was actually really helped by it even more by seeing our work.
Yeah.
Because she's got abilities too. So, it was kind of, in the end, it was okay. But I don't like doing it that way.
But now I'm going to give you a little bit of, I know you're much older than I am. I'm only 25. You're like 75. I'm going to give you a little.
90. I'm actually turning 90 next week.
No, you hit it on the head. She shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't see your work. She shouldn't do that at all. And every state has different legalities because you can be held responsible for giving or hampering an investigation by giving information, and they can say, "Are you tied to this?" So that's why over the years I've learned. Okay, so 30 years minus about my first 5 years mistakes. So, for 25 years, I've been, you speak to the detective, everything goes there. You hired me on with them, and that's how we're going to do this. And I cut them cold. Some of them get really pissed off because, you're straight talking people, and we're not talking about, Joe's here and he wants to talk to you. We're talking murder. We're talking.
Or this one was not murder. This was.
Right.
This was, he fell through lights. It was an accident. But yeah, the police were involved in state patrol.
Exactly.
Everybody was in.
Right.
Everybody.
We have to stipulate. We have to make sure they understand that we're only going to give our information to the law enforcement, and then that way we're going to converse. We're going to work back and forth, and you handle it that way, right? I got a policy on my page, has been there for a long time, my webpage, where I say I don't give any information out to third-party people whatsoever. I only work through law enforcement, and I always say that to people. They get a little irate because, and I don't blame them. Because it's their baby we're talking about, or their husband, or their wife, And sure enough, as tough as we are, we break down. We're human. So I'm not going to sit there and bullcrap anybody. I'm just going to tell them straightforward, because in the end, when it's all finished by the law enforcement and they help out and find the objective of solving this, you've not hindered anything, and you've not made them feel bad in any other way or degree by doing it through law enforcement. Right. So I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. Yeah.
What was weird is our information wasn't passed to law enforcement right away.
Right.
The one that he was in Chicago was, and that was debunked like immediately by law enforcement. Just like, so that made those psychics look weird. And then all of a sudden we're in the next group in, but what made us nice was the validation of when I said I saw him walking towards the river. And the next day, the police came out and said, we have an eyewitness now that saw him walking towards the river.
There you go.
So
Right.
matched identically to what I said. And the mom goes, oh my God, see, this group is right. This one is wrong.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it helped validate our group and me, you know, and everybody helping find them, right? You know, so.
Oh, definitely. You're wrong. Neener, right?
Yeah. You know, and it was weird is the one case that I worked in Denver, I actually found, there was just a missing persons. I found the girl and I was working with the police, but I can tell you, you know, not like you, because you know, you got the name already, but like for me, they called me back like 10 times. They wanted to call my house phone and me to answer that. They wanted me to call my cell phone and me to answer that. So they could, so they can try and, you know, triangulate me to be in Wisconsin and the girl, missing girl in Colorado.
Right.
You know, this one was bad because this one was in Wisconsin. This was in Milwaukee. I'm only an hour and a half away from this kid. You know,
Right.
like here. You know, so that was tougher. That's why I didn't want anybody seeing our work and that type of stuff, because I'm in the state, and if I know the stuff in the state, then they could start looking at us.
That's right. Yeah.
Whereas where this one was in Colorado, and it was funny because I was a half hour behind. I tell them where to look, and they go there and they go, "Yep, this girl was here." I'm like, "Damn it, why am I behind?" And then I said to Spirit, I said, "Please, let's jump ahead." And we found her. So we found her at the airport trying to get out of town. But yeah, like the one I worked in Ohio, they had to call me. The police had to call me like multiple times. You know, I found him within 1 mile of where I said he was, and I didn't even know he was in Ohio when we started. They just said there was a missing boy in the Midwest.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, we're going to find." I said, "I'm a dog again because I'm a cadaver dog because I'm finding he's passed, but you know, let's go for it."
Right.
They found him 1 mile from the river or from the bridge where I said he was, and the only reason they figured that because there was a current, so that's why he moved down 1 mile.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. That's why it worked.
And that's why I like the one in Colorado, because I was involved early enough where we could actually find her. You know?
Yeah.
And that was when you were saying, you know, that's what brought that up to me, because when you said you found that person alive and you kept saying that they were alive, that's amazing. That's what I like to do. I'm glad. I would rather be involved in finding people that way than finding their bodies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, nothing's more worse than turning to or hearing the mom at the end call you and say thank you, but you sitting there going, that's a hollow thank you from I mean, not from her, but in you, because your boy is not here no more, or your daughter or your husband. You know what I mean?
That's tough. That's the toughest thing.
It's tough. I mean, it's really tough. Big high profile case, Victoria Stafford in Ontario, Canada, where I live. John Walsh did it and he profiled it. I was planted in the mother's house.
Okay.
They used me as a plant. So I'm sitting there looking at this in front of me, and I'm thinking, if I could just walk over there and just shake everybody, because that's how you feel.
Right.
And then I go back into the police station. I'm talking to the Detective Brown, and I'm saying, no. They said, we're looking just for a woman. I said, you look for a man and a woman, right? I give the area, like, how you got the water, I give the area and the rocks and the tree line. And we go through all that. And then I sit in there in the police station, and they pull in the father and they give him a lie detector, and he's in the room across from me. So I don't know if this was staged this way or if it was, just to try to get my feelings, because he was in there. But the detective's in the room with me. The one's over there yelling at him because he failed his test. Now, that's nerves when you fail it. He didn't murder his daughter. We got the two people in jail, right? But to hear the cop going, and it's like watching a movie, don't leave town, right? That type of thing. We know where you are, high noon kind of crap. But that's what it is. That kind of case, and doing that type of thing, and then you turn around and they find the baby girl, and you're wishing for the best, and it's really sad. You know, now the father, he's a great guy. He's a pro activist for speaking about violence against children. You know, here's the thing we talk about too. Families, you know, some families stay to themselves or whatever, and it rips other families apart. But then there's other families who actually get like Rodney and get proactive, and they go out and they do that stuff for children and other families. I think it's a driven thing in people, Scotty, that everybody don't want to see bad anymore. And look what's going on in the States, right? Nobody wants to see bad no more. You know, I know I went from one thing to the other, but I mean,
but it's kind of like playing all together tonight, really.
Right. And we're all human. I mean, I don't care who you are. We all feel, and we all have those feelings, you know, the empathy for everything. And it sucks. It really sucks.
It's tough. It's really tough. Got a couple of things in there in the chat room. Hi, Alma. I want to say hi. So, all right, don't want to butcher the name. Ligia.
My wife, Leisha.
Yeah.
Yep. Is she in there?
No, they're all wondering how she's doing.
Oh, I was gonna say kick her out. Oh, she's doing good. She's upstairs, just watching TV, and that's it. She's doing great.
All right, then Pamela has a question for you. Says, hi, Robbie. If you're from Canada, have you heard of the cold case about a teenager that was murdered in Hanover, Ontario? Still to this day that I know about, the body has not been found.
Oh my gosh, you know, there's so many cases. Yeah, my email is full on a daily basis. 1 to 2 a day, 3 a day. Some days, honestly, I get none. But then at the end of the week, it's like there's 5, right? There's always cases. And then there's Facebook, and I have my psychic profiler page, and there's always messages from people there. What makes it very difficult right now, and I know Scotty can understand this when I go to say this, is when you're tied to a contract, which I have a new TV series that I'm in development with right now, and it's the people who did Dog the Bounty Hunter. So now I'm going to be doing, I don't know what they're going to call me, Robbie the Bounty Hunter? I don't know, whatever. Oh no. But my cast members are all law enforcement, and when I get these letters anymore and they say, can you come right now and whatever, Scotty, it's really hard. I mean, because you got to say, I can't because of that. And then when I sit back and go like that, and I look at that and I go, that really sucks, because I feel like I'm owned. Right. And it shouldn't be like that, but it is like that. And that's the only way I can facilitate helping the masses, because here I am, when a mom says to me in Alabama, can you come down here? And I say, I can't, but I give all my information to her, to the detective in Alabama, right? Everything's great. It's going great, like you know how it goes, and it's all going great. But then there's a stalemate, but they need me down there, and they ain't got the money to get you down there. And the little town that has this don't have the money to facilitate it. How am I going to get down there? Right. It really sucks. So the only way to do this is to facilitate it through a show, and then that way there. And I hate saying it's a show, because it's actually a team of people who are going to go and do this and help law enforcement with law enforcement and finish these cases off.
That's not TV, so
yeah, you know, but it's a bugger saying I'm tied to a contract.
Right. But yeah. Hey, by the way, anybody that's watching out there tonight, I'll be happy to be tied to a contract. So I'm available and I'm free. And contact me. My email is scottrorick@yahoo.com. Hit me up or hit me on Facebook at Scotty Rorick Psychic Medium on my business page. Gosh dang it. I'll be happy to be tied to a contract.
Oh,
no, it's funny all the time that I couldn't do the shows that wanted me to do the shows. And because I had my day job, now I don't have a day job. Now they don't come call. It's like, damn it, what the hell? Yeah, I got time now. I can do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Open your front door. Where are you?
I'm like, I look out there every day. I'm like, Hello.
Lift the mailbox, look inside, nothing.
Nobody there. No cameras. I'm like, no prize patrol even. I mean,
Right.
I'm like, come on, publisher's clearinghouse or somebody.
Somebody. Damn. Can you even make the wife go knock on the door for you?
I know maybe with some, no, she don't care either. She's like, can't you go out and do something? Get out of this house. All right.
Yeah. No, it's I filmed with America's Most Wanted in 2010, and that was when the show was taking off and Oprah wanted it, Oprah Winfrey. And my luck, it's always my luck. Okay, we're gonna go down this road. We're gonna have
Okay,
some.
let's go.
Let's go down this road.
Scotty and Robbie talked about tonight.
Yeah. So I'm shopping in the grocery store with the wife, and I'm, pushing the cart. We just got done in Kentucky filming all this. And the producer calls me, goes, you ain't gonna believe this. Oprah just called an emergency meeting and they want the show and yada, 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 yada. And this is Friday. And I'm going, wow, this is great. So we get the groceries to leave, go back. I think it was on a Tuesday. That's when Oprah lost that $384 million in OWN, and she shelved Rosie O'Donnell. And then we got the great news. If they'll second window us, if somebody picks it up, right? I'm thinking, frick, Friday I'm a star, and Tuesday I'm just Rob again. No. Right? Oh shit. All right, so here we go. We've been trying to put this together I was going to retire. A lot of people don't realize that, and I don't know if I announced this before, but hearing my Scotty show telling you, I was going to retire. My contract with the other two producers, Emmy award-winning producers, ended in December of last year. So I'm off the hook now. I'm going on tour this summer through the States, and I'm done. I'm just gonna whatever. I'm done. And the phone rings January 12th. We want to give you a show, and it's like that all the time. And I said, okay, well, who are you? And we went through the whole thing, and it's people who did Dog. And I said, oh, okay. So, all right, we went through the whole thing, and it was like really fast and many hours every day putting stuff together for the longest time, contracts going back and forth and everything like this. Everything's going to go, and the network and everything. And then all of a sudden, pandemic, right? Okay, borders closed here. Can't go over it all. No, ain't going anywhere. No. All right, then all of a sudden we have what's going on with Black Lives Matter. So however long that's going to take and go on, you know what I mean? No rush, because we want to do that right, get perfect what we're doing for everybody. I might be able to retire, but my tour.
Get retiring.
I can retire.
Too much work in you.
Oh shit. And then I get this tour we got lined up to go all through Michigan. I start in Canada, go to Philadelphia and all around. And then the pandemic started. I go, okay, we cancel. We got to cancel. We got to cancel.
You got the biggest cities with the pandemics is the one you pick to go.
Yeah.
I was just like, Michigan, Philadelphia. I'm like, did you pick these on purpose or why? I'm like,
Right.
I'm like,
Oh my gosh. Why couldn't I pick a little place like, Joe's Garage or something? Oh,
I had a fun show that I auditioned for a while ago, and now I can say because the NDA is done. But it was seance or celebrity seance,
okay.
and we were going to do it with celebrities, and Ozzy was supposed to be the first celebrity.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, so me and this other medium were there at the table that night, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, is this going to be a real show or is this going to be a fake show?
Right.
So we set it up. The other medium was like, oh no, this is going to be a great show. This is going to be great. Halfway through the first show, I walked out with the producer and I said, either it's going to be a real show or I'm leaving, because right now he's faking shit, and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No.
So we got in this big fight. We had to stop filming. And I was just like, come on. I mean, I could tell when you're kicking the table, dude. And I could tell the fake horn on the table going off in the other room. I said, come on, I know what's going on. It's not this horn.
Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Hey, how many shows have you been casted for? Just throw a number out there.
6, 7.
Okay. What's
Yeah.
the freakiest, funkiest show you've been casted for?
That one.
That one? Okay.
The other ones were the go shows, and then the one that ticked me off the most, I probably shouldn't say this because they're probably watching now, but the one on Sci-Fi that I did with Tim Miley,
Okay.
Tim,
Yeah.
and we did the case that him and I worked together on, with the boy, and who was killed by his foster parent.
Okay.
And did this case, and they came to me to get my cases, and then when we went to film, I filmed, and the next day they called me and told me that they cut all my parts out and they gave it to everybody else in the house. So they rewrote the whole story for the TV show. It's like,
Oh shit! Yeah. Where's the balloons?
yeah, it's like, I was like, but even then, when we're sitting there filming, they kept telling me what to say. So I finally said, could you just give me a script and I'll read it?
Yeah.
I'm like, really, seriously, just tell me. I'll be more than happy.
Yeah. No doubt. Not one of my stupid ones was there's a couple, but there was one where haunted house, but I'd go in before they'd renovate the house and say, no, it's not the pipes that are rattling, it's a ghost in there. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
I've gotten a lot of restaurants and stuff that want me to come there and classify them as haunted so they can charge more.
Yeah, so right. They can make a menu with their prices a little bit more.
They can make the ghost stuff in no.
Yeah.
We
have the Scotty burger right here.
The Scotty says it's haunted, so I have the Scotty. It's got ghost cheese on it, whatever.
Oh shit! Not goat cheese, ghost cheese.
Ghost cheese.
Yeah.
There's some great places, like the old Baraboo Inn in Baraboo, Wisconsin, which is about
right
45 minutes from me, and they're haunted. I mean, there's really a place, and he sells the Ghost Bomb liquor and stuff, but that's real. I mean, I'm not there to tell it's real. Everybody that goes there, everybody gets experiences. So there are some places that are real, and then some just wannabes, and those are the bad. Those, I hate those. All right, Pamela's got a follow up to the other question. So she went to school with the girl that's missing, and I know her body, and I know where her body is, but the cops in that town are very close-minded about solving the case. Others have that gift like I do, and have been charged and thrown in jail. So what do I do to help her?
State police.
Yeah.
Yeah. If local sheriff or local police won't go through that, you tell mom or family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go to state police, and you file a report. Get the parents or the family to file a report with state police, and then state police will intervene and go through that channel. Next big step is get all media involved. I use the media as my tool. I get NBC, CBS out there. I get the families to get them, and they do the big report. And I'm like this. Yeah, okay, listen. But it works. It works because it puts the pressure on the police. And in the end, they hate you for it right in the beginning. But in the end, when they start moving their butts, okay, here's good. I'm glad we're talking about this for that lady. There's a case in Arkansas. Okay. Sheriff wouldn't move his butt.
Carol Baskins did it.
No. Yes, she did.
Wrong one. Did you see they came out today that her husband's will was forged, 100% forged, came out today.
Oh wow.
And it also came out today that I saw that she bought Joe Exotic's ranch.
Wow. Crazy
stuff. So Tiger King.
You can't make that shit up.
I know, it's so weird, isn't it? You know Carol Baskins did it, by the way. She killed it.
Yeah, she did it. Of course she did it. Freaking.
I don't know. Any psychic medium that wants to debate that, call in. I'll put you on speakerphone because Robbie and I are going to go after you. She did it.
She did it. Carol. I hate the name Carol.
Yeah, Carol.
Bastard.
Names.
But anyways, get the media involved. Local newspaper, go out of local, get state, go to big city conglomerate, get them to come in, get the family to plead, and you'll see things change around. Because what happened again in that one in Arkansas was the sheriff didn't do anything. And then when mom called me and I called media got an interview, sheriff went in right away and found all the evidence. Right? And she goes, it was funny because they came out with bags and bags and bags of stuff. And it was like, I was standing there watching them and like, you just got to put the pressure on them. That's all. That's all.
Off the top rope.
That's right. Yeah. Screw you.
Coming at you.
Yeah, but it's funny though. I got a lot of cops on my social media. So behave, Scotty. No,
Got a lot of local cops.
please, so I don't get in trouble. Don't get me in trouble.
I will. You're in trouble now.
I know I'm screwed. But anyways, yeah. There goes my retirement.
So in this medium and paranormal world that we're in, and I know I wasn't going to ask a question, but I'm asking the question tonight. So what do you think is the most overhyped thing or the world's stupidest thing that people talk about? Because I have an opinion, but
what I think it's most talked about.
Yeah, what do you think is not really what everyone's talking about, and they still talk about it, other than orbs? You can't do orbs. We all know that's.
Yeah, we won't. No. My favorite is demonology.
See, there you go. See, God, I knew it. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
because I had Dana Stricker on here and we went over on this together. But I agree with that too.
Who does 5,000 a week?
But I'd be willing to do a TV show.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't get it.
Told you we're gonna have fun tonight, dude.
Oh yeah.
So what's your belief? What's your belief in that? I mean, are you a Christian? Are you where do you stand? Because I'm not, but I just want to know where you are. Everybody just know what
I'm a hard-nosed Catholic. I swear a lot. Catholics swear a lot.
Yes.
Drink good beer.
I'm a recovering Catholic, by the way.
You are.
You know too much about me. You can see where I'm not the Catholic anymore.
I'm not Catholic no more. But yeah, I wanted when I was a kid, and I wrote it in my book. I don't know if I wrote it in that book that you read. I can't remember. I wrote in one of them. I wanted to be a priest, and about grade 2-ish, right? So you're about 6 years of age, 7. Mm-hmm. And what influenced me was Father Pedelt. He was a great priest. And back then they said Mass in Latin. And
I know.
Yeah, right.
I was an altar boy. I had to listen to it.
Yeah, right. You smack hold the freaking host. Anyways,
I died for one. The host fell and I just dived.
Save the host.
And I caught it. And I'm like, everybody in church applauded. I was like, yeah. And then I lift my hand up and it fell in. No.
You used to take the sticker door for it. Anyways, yeah, so that was my big sway. And then I found girls when I was 16. But yeah, I'm wholeheartedly that there's a reason why there's a right. And there's a reason why you just don't learn it online. And there's a reason why you don't get ordained online. These type of things, I just don't add up.
Have you ever encountered a demon?
Myself?
Yeah.
My wife. Back.
I was going to say, other than your wife, because my wife, now I'm going to get slapped after she watches this.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh.
See, because I don't believe, because I tend to be more spiritualist, and everybody kind of knows that. Because I believe that we all get the same chances come back, and so reincarnation, I believe in.
Yep.
I believe you said it earlier, and it was very similar to what I believe. You said, like, what do you call it, interconnected, and I call it the oneness, because that's what we all are. Because
Right.
I believe that we're all part of God. I believe that we're all the one. And so in all my time and all my work, I've met up with some nasty ass people. You know what I mean? And some nasty ass ghosts.
Yep.
Like Herb Baumeister, in Indiana, that one that murdered all the gay guys.
Right.
That was probably the worst. I was myself and Deb Lance were the first two psychic meetings ever allowed on the site, so it was kind of cool to be there early. But he, as a soul and as a ghost, is still there. So it's. But
Yeah.
so I met these nasty people. So to me, that's what evil is. These people that understand and in that type of stuff. So is there an evil? Yes. Is there these creatures that roam the world to make us evil? Not necessarily. I think
No.
it's, so
Yeah, I
the
know.
demonology has to be, part of mental health too, because I think people like that feeling. You get into this negative state and you like to stay in that.
Yeah.
So of course you're going to attract spirits and other energies to you that are in that lower energy than your higher self.
True. True. And mind you, there have been exorcisms that are recorded, but I mean, you can put them on one hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not like what people are saying. I do 500 a week or whatever, and they go out, and it's not like that. It's not like that at all. What you just described is 100% true. When I'm interviewing and I get to talk to suspects during cases too, I look at them, and I mean, I don't know if he's on your page, but I got Officer Andy DeLay. I've done 3 cases with him. So when he said to me, when we're talking to that kid, he came down the driveway, he goes, okay, you ask him questions. And I started looking at this kid. He was soulless, but he was a monster because he became that. He did that. He killed those 2 kids or those 2 people, right? Along with the other 2 kids. So it was him. He's not a demon. He's demonized by his own actions, and he became that person.
And I think a lot of people in that state will bring that up so they have an escape or have a reason not to know that they're soulless.
Right. Yeah.
They did that to me, or that did, that's how they blame it away. And that drives me nuts.
Sure does. So that's my big, quandary or big quiff, if you will.
Yeah. We're very similar. Even, that's what's so funny. Even people that are from different are in the end very similar. And it, we always talk about on here, what's the difference of ghosts and spirits, because I use them quite differently. I use ghosts as the spirits that haven't crossed, and I use spirits as the ones that come back, because spirits come back of love. Once you're over on the other side, it's all love. You're in the oneness. You're happy. Catholics, you're in heaven. Christians, you're in heaven. Wiccan, it's Summerland. Spiritualist is Summerland, but you're on the other side. You're all the way over, and then you can come back with love, but you come back to help. And that's most of the readings that we do are spirits, because they come back for help.
Absolutely.
Whereas we go out and we do this stuff, and we're looking for, like the boy in Milwaukee was a ghost because he didn't cross over yet, and we're tapping into him to find him. So we do work with the ghosts too. But then there's some ghosts that like to be around, like Herb Baumeister. He's still around. Over. So what is your definition? Do you talk them differently, or do you understand?
No, that's pretty much what it is. And you know what? That is the essential of spiritualism, because we have to understand that what you just explained, the oneness on the one side versus that we're not trapped. There's a reason why people are here. That's right. We're not trapped. When people say residual energy, there's another term, right? They're trapped. No, and they're reliving the history and over and over and over. You have to understand, when they were here and we're here, so when we leave and we want to come back, we're free will. We can come back. So what they're trying to show us, and even in a murder case, Caesar Cano in Kentucky gave me the name of the murderer for the reason. And that's why he's in jail for life, is because he was murdered, went over, but he was here, but he was still there and here, but we have to finish what he wanted. And then
Right.
finally it was done. Right. And that's how it's done. That's how it is. So yeah, we're not too far off. I'm right, you're wrong, but I mean, we're not too far off.
That's right, because you're so young and I'm so old. But I'm handsome and you're not. So
That's right. You got hair and I don't.
you have to wear that rag.
Yeah.
So Darlene, by the way, Darlene's in the chat. I'm wondering if we're live. There, Darlene, we are live, and everybody else in the chat room, we're watching and putting comments on. Feel free to ask questions of Robbie and myself tonight. We're in here. We'll go a little longer because we're having fun. We're having a good time. Having some.
Yeah. I
So
got no hair.
once again, tomorrow night, I just want to do it on my Facebook page, Scotty Rourke one, and I'll put it on my business page too. Tomorrow night at 6:30, we're doing a very cool evening of love and enlightenment and just kind of coolness. So check on my page for that, because the getting together and coming together and just being one, and enjoying each other's company. So tomorrow night, the links are on my Facebook page. And if you could somebody can put it in the chat room too, that would be great. But we're cool. Oh, here's spiritual. Somebody's got it.
I'm gonna need some more juice. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it, man. We'll talk to you as we go. So Jasmine says, apparently it's wrong to say I am spiritual. When someone asks me, I'm unsure what to say because I feel that we're all part of the collective. Yeah, so Jasmine, the biggest thing would be say that you're a spiritual. That's it. Because we believe in the oneness. I believe in the oneness. And if you believe in the same thing, that's all part of this. So it is a collective. It is the oneness. I believe we're all part of God. I believe that God, so my analogy would be like a hand. So if you look at right now, we see everybody like this. We see ourselves all as individuals. But if you actually remove the veil and understanding, you can see, oh, there's another person there. And you can see that we're all connected. And this is the oneness. So yes, we all have our individuals. We can do whatever we want to do, but we're always connected to each other. That's why we're one. So when we're affecting anybody or when we're hurting somebody, we're hurting ourselves because of the connection of the oneness. So I'm explaining that the oneness, the way I look at it is most people see us like this. We see the four people, or we see people, and we can all do this. We can flip people off. We can do whatever we want. But when you look at the oneness and you take that away, you realize that there's more people around. Yeah, you're not in a church with the steeple, but this is the oneness. This is God. This is us. This is where we are. So when we hurt somebody, we're hurting ourselves. That's why in this time when we're hurting right now, that's why everybody feels it, is because we're all connected. We all have the same soul. We all have the same being. And this is God and this is us. So that's why I say we're part of God, because God can be everywhere if God's a part of me.
Right.
Because two atoms can't be in the same place, but if he's right next to me, then we're the same. You know what I mean? Or if I made up of his atoms, then it's the same. See,
and that's why too, on social media, when people, see the anguish and the anger, it's not because people are, lashing out at other people. Like, for instance, all lives matter. No, Black lives matter. And they're going back and forth. They're trying to find the commonality of what is going on here, because we're all hurting and we realize the wrong, but I want to be right. No, I got to be right. No, we're all right. We just got to make sure we do it right.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing, is we all have to be the language, and we all have to be able to talk and understand each other and know that yes, they have way more issues than we ever have. You know what I mean? And we have to allow that, and we have to help fix that. Where everybody is equal. Everybody is not equal.
That problem.
What?
Let's face it, us white people created that problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We have to, before you can move on and be a good teacher in life, you have to admit your faults. And so you got to be the student. So you have to learn. And I think people in the realm of being white, because I'm white, I have a beautiful suntan, but I'm white. Actually, it's road rash because my bike. But we have to learn to accept and acknowledge what is proper. And until we do that, we're always going to be lying to ourselves.
Right.
You got to stop it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have to admit racism exists. We have
Yep.
to figure out how we can change it
Mm-hmm.
and how we can all be equal. Because when you say all lives matter, they do, but not until everybody's equal.
That's right. Exactly.
Let's all get equal first, and then all lives will matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
100%, brother.
yeah, I know. But they got the events in the place. Darlene put it up. Thanks, Darlene. She put up the link for tomorrow night's event. So that'll be fun too. So a lot of cool psychic meetings on there too. Tomorrow we'll be talking about that type of stuff.
Yeah, good. You missing any sports?
Yeah, I'm I'm missing baseball.
Yeah.
Missing baseball big time. I'm really missing the NBA, and I don't normally watch the NBA, but this year the Bucks were by far the best team ever.
Right.
They made it before the All-Star break. They were already clinched a spot in the playoffs, you know.
Wow.
So the Bucks this year were just phenomenal. So I say, let's call the season and call the Bucks a winner.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
But they want to play in Orlando, and I thought that's a kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, and they're bringing back the hockey. I mean,
Yeah.
when I don't know, but you know what? 2020. Somebody did a funny on my page. They said it deserves a Snicker bar.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? And then there's a post out there, and I think I read the news article that said something about an asteroid coming now, like, you know, the size of Eiffel Tower.
Well, there's actually 6 asteroids in the space near us right now.
Oh, that's one.
In the next 3 days or next 5 days, they're all supposed to fly by us.
Wow.
The closest one though is like a million miles away. That's still
Right.
kind of far, but it's close.
It's close. That's close enough. Closer, you know, than I wanted to be. Damn.
But yeah, there's one the size of a football field.
Something like that. Huge.
So I just want football. I can't. That's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
I'm a big football fan and the Packers, and I can't live without football if it was this year.
Who has better football, Canada or America?
Oh, okay. I got a Canadian football story. So
Okay.
I went up. I used to perform improv comedy, and we went up to what was it, Calgary,
Right.
and it was the Loose Moose Theater Company out of Calgary.
Loose Moose.
Yeah, and they owned a franchise for a company called Theater Sports.
Okay.
And there was one here in the States called Comedy Sports who stole it from them. And
Right.
I originally performed with Comedy Sports until I and the owner of Comedy Sports got into a fight, and I told him to go screw himself, and I left.
Right.
And so I went to Calgary to get the contract for Theater Sports in the States. So we went up and performed, and while we were up there, I got to see one of the Canadian football games, and it was the yardage is different. It's crazy. It's like
Downs are different.
yeah, everything's weird. So I got this guy from Canada explaining the game to me, and after everything he would say, "A." He says,
A.
"Okay, we got a bigger field, eh? And then we got different downs, eh? And then we go over here and we kick this like this, eh?" And I'm like, I'm dying. I'm just crying. I couldn't understand it.
Oh shit.
And then when I did an event in Winnipeg, I got to actually meet the coach of the Winnipeg and got to go to the backgrounds of the college there, and it was amazing. It was a lot of fun to
That's
see.
cool.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I remember doing my first reading then in Canada when I was in Winnipeg, and I asked the ghost, I said, "So are you going to say A every time?"
Every 8 times. Yeah. Did it
He goes,
say A?
"Because if you want me to, but we don't talk that way." I said, okay.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like, how do you spell Canada? It's like Canada.
Hey, yeah, see, it's right there, everybody. Right there, A.
A. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and it's I mean, like you're right there. The border between you and us is like there.
Right.
Why
like,
don't you take
but
it?
it's like 5 miles, or I mean, it's 5 hours from my house here in Madison to Canada.
Right.
So
Yeah, and
it's
you
just
have a
right.
weird accent compared to us.
Yeah. No.
That's weird. No, we don't.
No,
No, we don't, eh?
you got it there. At least I'm not in Minnesota. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, Minnesota.
I was waiting for them to write graffiti on the walls. Oh yeah, you betcha.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
I would have died if I saw
Oh,
that.
come on, that's funny. Too
I did
early.
a class in Canada once for work, and I went up there to train these people. And I walked in, and one of the guys actually said that, and I couldn't get back to class for about a half hour. I was like peeing my pants. I was just like, I was laughing so hard. I said, "No, you don't really say this, do you?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I said something. He goes, "Oh yeah, you betcha." I'm like,
It's funny how the dialect and everything all through the state. Okay, this is funny. All right,
"This
bear,
one."
bear with me. We all come from England and Scotland and Ireland and everything. We all come over
Why
here
can't
like
we have that accent anymore? That would have been fun.
oh, just wait, we all come over here. We land in Canada, America, and here we are, right? The church and the steeple thing. Here we are.
People's.
Here we are. Some people go a little more south than others, and all of a sudden, overnight, they're talking like this, and the others
Yeah.
are talking like that. Where'd that all happen?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I
Everything changed. I mean, we all had those English accents and
and then yeah, and they're gone.
Scottish ones, and they're all gone. It's just like
Yeah.
went. And it's so funny. And then I remember when I was a kid, we went down south and we went there and we stopped at McDonald's, and I said, okay, I'll have a Big Mac, fries, and Coke. That was even before the value meals.
Right. Yeah.
And she goes, hi, how are you? I have a Big Mac, fries, and Coke. She goes, I said, how are you? I'm like, okay, you really want me to respond to this before you take my order? I'm good today, thank you. How are you? And I made a mistake by saying, how are you? And then she went off. I was just like, oh Christ, I just want my Big Mac. Give it to
Right.
me, damn it. I'm like, okay, that's way too much information for me. Because that's the difference even between the North and the South. The
Right.
South is very laid back. The North is like,
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's
always racing.
my dad's side's American, right? So I can make fun of us.
Trust us, a lot of us want to move to Canada. So
Yeah. No, we don't want you.
not with my healthcare problems.
Right.
I got pre-existing conditions. I can't get in. That's why they look at me at the border. Nope, can't get in. He's got pre-existing conditions. He's coming for healthcare.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
yeah. But I've been throughout the States and I love everywhere I've gone from New Orleans all the way up. I think the best place I ever went. Oh, now my mind's switching over here real quick. The best places ever to eat are not your franchise joints,
No,
right? No. So we're coming back from, I think it was Kentucky. I'm just trying to remember. And Leisha goes, look at there. And I'm going, what? She goes, let's go. They got a big barbecue up there. And it's on a hill, right? It's on a hill. There's this rundown old shack, the roof's caving in, and they got a barbecue and it says sign restaurant. Man, I ain't going in there. She goes, you don't know. She's turn. So I turn and go up there up the hill, park the car. I get out, and I mean, it's like, do we want to get out? But anyways, so we get out, we walk in. Holy smokes. It was the best dang meal I've ever had. You know what I mean?
That's my rule, though. By the way, Darlene in the chat room says she has to teach us French. Me, je parle Scott.
Yeah.
I took French in school. I could have took Spanish, but I took French. Why did I take French? The livre. I don't care of the book. Come on. So like,
Hey, it goes good for the French hockey. He shoot the puck, he scored, no?
But my rule is I've been in 46 states of the 50.
Right?
And been in Canada, been in every every province across, been in every one. They have the best pierogies, by the way, Polish food
Yeah,
in
yeah,
just outside in Windsor. Oh my,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
love
I'm only,
Windsor.
I'm only 45 minutes from Windsor.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
I love Windsor. I mean,
yeah.
love it. Yeah, especially I used to live in Jackson, Michigan, so we used to head over to Windsor all the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
time. That was before 9/11, so we were able to get over and back without the hassles and stuff.
I know that was fun.
But the rule in my family is when we're on the road, you cannot stop in a place that we have in our own town.
Right.
So if the franchise is in town, unless we immediately have to get something quick, we'll go to a Burger King or McDonald's or something like that, or the one place that trumps it all. If there's a Golden Corral, I'm there.
Oh yeah,
Golden Corral.
that's got good food. I don't care.
But otherwise, you want to stop in all these places.
Yeah.
If we were driving back from where the heck were we? Anyway, we were driving back and we went by the original place that Colonel Sanders had is in Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky.
Yeah, in that original one, where it wasn't even. It's still not. It's still like his old house and
Right.
the stuff. And so we stopped there and I was like, what the heck? Colonel Sanders' original place. Let's go eat there. So,
That's cool.
but
Yeah.
but the other things you get so many better meals when you're out and trying something new in all these great places. There's a lot of great food everywhere.
Yeah.
Except for ding 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 ding. Except for poutine.
You don't like poutine?
I hate it.
Ooh, really?
I hate it. Poutine to me was the greatest thing invented of all time. It had all of my great pieces together. It had gravy. It had cheese curds. It had French fries. It had all this food put together. Every one of them is delicious. Every one by themselves is delicious. Put them all together. Oh my God. Kill me now. Never eat poutine. Ugh. Even though it sounds perfect.
Right.
And then we went up, when I was in Calgary, we went up where they had the Olympics. And we went up to the top of the thing, and they had a restaurant on the top of the mountain, and there's goats out there. We ate there, and we ordered French fries, and there was no ketchup in the whole place. I'm like, you wanted to give me gravy. You wanted to give me gravy. I'm like, folks, can't you see American? I need ketchup. I don't need gravy. Don't give me poutine. Please God, don't give me poutine. And I remember everybody when we were in Winnipeg. Oh, we're gonna take you for the best poutine ever.
Yeah, best poutine ever.
You're gonna love poutine. It's the best thing ever. Love it. It's gonna be the greatest.
Smorgasbord of poutine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No on poutine.
No.
I will not do
What I like over there is, because I like my beer, it's so cheap over there.
Oh yeah. Well,
we're paying nearly $50 a case of beer here.
What?
Go ahead. Did you fall down?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Freaking unbelievable.
We have dollar beer nights here in Madison.
Wow.
Gotta come to Wisconsin.
I gotta come there just for the dollar nights.
You'd be wasted in $5.
$5 on the table. Get me wasted. Yeah.
I'm out. Take you to the club.
I can think of all my allowance. $5.
$5. You have a good night. Hey, I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Great.
$5. I'm done.
I'm in.
Everybody got mad that one time the one bar went up to $2 a beer. It was like, but at Lambeau it's like $20 a beer, so you can't go for football.
Well, yeah, I'm saying here, you go to a normal restaurant here, it's like $6, $7.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah,
nuts.
Not happening.
But and I do have to admit, and I'm not like cutting down because I like Canada a lot. I mean, beautiful places, beautiful people, most I ever met. But the food is so different because of the pasteurization. It's so different than down here.
It is.
It really is. I mean, I remember Keith Age. We're in his room at the event. He ordered Domino's, and we had a pizza there, and it was like,
yeah,
pizza. What the hell is this?
Yeah, blah.
I can tell you about the time I left Keith on the side of the road with a drunken lady in Winnipeg.
Oh, he did tell me about that.
Did he tell you about that?
It was, yeah. And he was downtown or something, Winnipeg.
It was downtown Winnipeg. It, we're on the street corner, and this drunk lady's coming at us, and I cut across the street quickly this way, and Keith keeps going forward. He didn't see me cut off, and this lady comes up to him, and I'm on the other side of the street. I pee in my pants. I'm laughing so damn hard.
Yeah, she was drunk. She was in love.
We called him Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah, that's it. I remember that. Oh shit. I'll never forget that. That's funny.
God. Keith was so mad at me.
Yeah, I bet.
I just booked. I saw this. But see, I'm a psychic medium. I know when the people I don't need to be around.
I see this happening, Keith.
Shit, I'm gone. You can stay there.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah.
It is funny. It's, but you know, that's the best part of this whole thing, though, is how many great people I've met.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, you and I, and you know, and Keith, and I mean, all the people at Shadow Hunters that's put on, you know, puts the show on for me. It's just incredible the amount of people that are out there. And then even the best part for me is people I do readings for, people that I have in my classes that I teach mediumship to.
Right.
You know, it's just amazing to see the level of talent and level of respect that most of the people have.
Good.
So, and I think that is the coolest part of this. You know?
Oh yeah, because you're giving.
Yeah, helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the people, like we said before, that aren't out for helping people, karma will get them.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. They know the address.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the toughest part.
Oh, it is. I mean, you know, not putting a downer on it or anything here, but I mean, when we look at people who do that, and there's a lot of them out there who do that. I mean, seriously. And that's another thing too. Okay. I have a problem.
That's what this show's for.
Look
Look at me as Dr. Scott.
I think Dr. Scott. Here we go. All right. Every corner has a coffee shop, right? And here's a problem I have. Everybody thinks they're psychic. Problem is this. We all have intuition.
Yes.
All do, right?
Yep.
Everybody does. But I can't tell you how many cases I got called in on. Now people screwed them up.
Yes.
Okay. 14 years. That guy was dead behind Mexico. Poor guy didn't even know he was in Mexico. Right? We find him in Canada. Yeah. There's a lot of this, and I gave 5 examples in that book. But that's the problem too. So I mean, how do you correct that, Scotty? How do you correct that?
I don't know if that's the tough part. By making sure that you are legit in everything you do. I guess that's the only way to do it, where people truly see and respect. Because I always say, you know, I use psychic as like the spectrum that we're all on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like autism. It's the same thing. You know, you're one side, you're Asperger's, and one side, you're full-blown autism. But you know, everybody that's in there has you know, somewhere in between. You know.
Yeah.
My son is here. He's definitely Asperger's, but he's definitely autism, not Asperger's.
Right.
But he's not extreme. He's high functioning, because you know. And
yeah.
So, but that's the same thing in the psychic realm. Everybody's on it. Everybody is created the same. We all, my abilities aren't different. Well, they are a little bit. Let me get to it. But everybody has it.
Right.
We're the same. But I use it like baseball. Everybody's played baseball in some forms.
Yes.
Not, you know, some people play bar league. Some people play on the corner with their kids. Some people play, you know, in minor league. Some people play on the pros. You know, some people play for the Cubs, Yankees. You know, different teams.
Yep.
And then some are in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So some of it has to come like the old funny joke I always say. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. That's how you get there. I mean, that's the same thing in mediumship and psychic. Is we have to practice. We have to be trained. We have to know what we're trying to do.
Right.
We have to understand that. And I think that's where it is. I think that's where the commonplace is. And I think that's why we do Psychics Unite, is because we want people to understand that, there's got to be some level of professionalism in the stuff we do. It's not in Psychics Unite, we don't want to be the cops. We just want to be, we want to be a place of learning, a place of growth, so people can take their gifts or you can have them and enhance.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you don't even know what they are, you can come to us and we can tell you what they are.
Right. Right. So
Type
then
of
you,
thing.
yeah.
But I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to do this is through education, Robbie. I think that's the only way we can do this,
only way.
because and I've said, I don't know if I said it on here, but I know I've said it on our Psychics Unite Zoom meetings. There's a lady here in Madison that I went to for a reading. She's the one that posts her psychic stuff at the mall and got stanchions, and she does a lot of advertising. So, I mean, she must be doing some money. But I went there for a reading and she had nothing that was right. Not a thing.
Right.
Nothing. Nothing. It was all generalizations. It was all nothing.
Right.
Didn't tell me about my personal stuff, which a true medium understands. Didn't understand about my spirits or who passed. And I paid for a real reading, not just the tarot cards.
Right. Right.
So my wife, so Terry went, Terry. So Terry went back and talked with her, because we've always, we want everybody in town who does this be members of Psychics Tonight. And she went to her and told her that, you did a reading for my husband and you had nothing right. How is that? Why, don't you give money back? Isn't that, where do you give them off not being able to get one thing? I mean, it was 0 things. It was not even one thing. And that's the sad part of it, and she's in town, when we're here trying to show the better part. So we just have to be in more places than she is, and showing people how much more love and how much more caring. And our students will do that too through their work. I think that's the only way we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good institution way of doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I think that's
okay. So we covered bad psychics. We covered demonology.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part. And let's talk about some bad ghost hunters, because the ghost hunters that go into people's house and say they have portals there, or they go into people's houses. We had one that said they had a demon there.
Why do they scare them for?
That's my point. They actually, this homeowners, before we went, were actually going to move out of their house.
That's not right.
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 It's not. So that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to find a place to live, but we went in there, showed them it wasn't in there,
Yeah.
But I think unfortunately movies do that for people,
Sure.
the scary movies. And
yeah.
Once again, I think this is all education, but I think this is the only way to do it. Guys like you that doing the work for all these years, really educating and show people how they're doing it. The work I'm trying to do, and the people through Psychics Unite that I'm working with, and and the ghost hunters that I work with, like Shadow Hunters, to Miley, Keith, a lot of people there that are really out there doing it the right way. The Booth brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How about that? Let's get off of that tangent. Acorn TV. F you, Acorn TV. F you.
Right.
They stole Dead Still from them. They even called it the same show.
Yeah.
And it's their movie from 2014, and now they have a TV show on it with the same name and the same camera and the same 3 people, in the same picture. I mean, it was exactly the same. The lady was exactly turned in the same way. Exactly. Yeah. It was like, here, let's look at this picture and let's do it the same way.
Yeah.
Like bastards. So F you, Acorn TV.
F you, Acorn. F you, Acorn.
So I guess we're never going to be on Acorn.
Never.
Oh, well.
Whatever. I'm looking forward to retirement anyways.
Can't get there.
Yeah, F you, Acorn.
Yeah.
No, I know. And oh my gosh, here's something for you. After we did Dead Whisper in 2005, right? Kamata Natalie Holloway case, we flew to Chicago. We did it was called Ghosts and Legends, the beginning, working title.
Yeah.
We changed it to Dead Whisper. After that, it was going to be called Ghost Lab, right?
Mhm.
And then there was, or sorry, Paranormal Lab.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody said a little something, some little something, and then all of a sudden, our invention of Paranormal Lab got Ghost Lab, and you see these guys on TV going Ghost Lab. Oh, is the producer pissed? So yeah, people rip you off. I know how many times I've been ripped off over the years. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? What you can do about it? Diddly squat.
I know. And one that we were working on was a show called Forbidden Places.
Right.
And how many shows are doing that now?
Right.
We were the first ones. I was a psychic supposed to go into all these like forgotten. Oh, it's Forgotten Places. That was what the name of it was. So we were supposed to go in all these abandoned places and do investigations in it. And now that I'm here doing it, so
yeah, of
and
course.
ours never got picked up. So
Right. Yeah. How it always works out.
that's what I said. I've been casting so many, I forget them all now.
I know. Yeah. Oh well.
But I'm still open. By the way, I'm still open. Ready.
Yeah.
I got headshots. I got it. You see my episodes every Wednesday. I'm on this thing. I can talk on TV. I don't stutter.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm a pretty good medium too. You know, I solve cases like this guy.
Yeah.
But I started.
Oh shit! I got the best pillow in the world.
My Pillow, made in
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Oh yeah, that ghost thing ain't no My Pillow.
No, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My Ghostbusters.
You see my jammies?
No, I haven't seen your Jamie.
You've never seen my Ghostbuster jammies?
Yes, I did. Where'd you get those? I got my Ghostbuster mask.
You know, I got those over in the States coming home from some, I don't know where it was. Come home, and I'm not kidding you. Last one on the rack. Yeah, I like that mask.
Thanks, man. I've looked everywhere. Chuck Coverly made that for me. Thank you,
That's
Chuck.
cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
I give him credit for that. Man, my hair's long, dude. Seriously.
You should get one like me.
No.
No.
Hey, that way, if I'm casting your show, I can put my hair any way you want me to.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Yeah. You got to get on a bike too and get burnt like me.
Oh, yeah. No. We could use tanning spray if I need it.
We know somebody who does that. They're orange. Just saying.
Yeah, he's really orange. He should not spray it on his hair. That's the bad part of it.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh shit.
All right, bud.
It's all 9:30 here.
Yeah, it's only 8:30 here too.
No, it's 9:30 here.
Oh, that's right. You're out east.
Yeah.
You're out
So
east.
everybody who's seen the show, you're an hour behind. You'll catch up.
Everybody that's watching me, it's 8:30. 9:30 there, 8:30 here. How can we do that?
Wow, magic.
It's a time portal.
That's right. Yeah, it's a Ghostbuster time portal. Oh shit. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. 2006, I think maybe. All right. So I'm going to tell you how the premise of the show was. You're shot, you're dying on the ground, and I'm supposed to be with the police in Japan. And we go on scene right away. Before you take your last breath, I'm supposed to read you. That was the show. Yes. And it was via.
Are you supposed to grab the spirit as they're leaving? Come back!
Come here,
Let go! I can't have you go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a good actor. See, I could do that. So
Yeah, you could do that too. Scotty laid down. Boom. I know. I can't believe it. It was like, that's the stupidest thing ever. I came from Tree Magazine via John Edward, because he had a tie-in with Tree Magazine in Australia. And It was supposed to be for a Japan Asian show. They're crazy over there. Well, we know that. Let me see what they do. I mean, some of their shows, right? Oh, hey, have you seen the new show that's coming on Fox?
Which one?
It is about 15 guys and one girl.
Oh, trying to get pregnant?
Yeah, yeah. So how are they going
Oh,
to
the
do
previews for that, Michael.
How are they gonna do that? You tonight, you tomorrow? I don't know what is going on.
So, which one has the fastest guys that swim? You know?
I don't know. That's the most stupidest thing ever. Oh my gosh.
The quarantine shows.
Yeah. I think people are losing their minds. You know, I thought Naked and Afraid was weird.
I did too. That was like,
And then wasn't there a Naked Paranormal show?
no, Scott Grunwald did Naked for a while.
Was there?
He did an episode Naked, I think.
Okay.
I love Grunwald. Man, that guy.
Oh, shit.
Scott Grunwald and I, so Scott Grunwald and I came up, well, he was the second generation. I came up with it with Joe Chin and my wife Terry. We were at an event at Keith's at Mid-South, and we went to this place to investigate. And as we were driving there, I said, wouldn't it be great to have a show called Ambush Paranormal, where you just run into somebody's house and just start doing it, without any permissions or anything. Just
That's a good
break into their freaking house and start. Now I feel something over here. Let's go over here.
But in America, they have guns.
Yeah, I know, unfortunately. But I didn't think about it back then. So we were on our way to this investigation, and we stopped at a McDonald's because everyone wanted something to eat and go to the bathroom before we got to the site. And so we go in there, and I said, okay, wait. So we turned the cameras on, and Joe Chin was coming in. So I run into McDonald's. I go, everybody, Joe Chin from Ghost Hunters. Ghost Hunters International. Joe Chin. We're here to investigate. Everybody at McDonald's looks like.
Oh, shit.
So we came up with Ambush Paranormal, and we did it that night. And then so Grunwald and I were at Tim Miley's event in Appleton, Wisconsin, and so we decided to do the next episode. And so him and I went down the hall. We had two ladies that actually gave us their room keys to their husbands who were sleeping, and so these guys were sleeping. So we broke into their room with our cameras on, and we did Ambush Paranormal.
Oh.
And one guy looked just like Zaffis. Oh my God. He looked like just like John Zaffis. 100%. So we kept calling him John Zaffis. And then we went into the other one, and we went into his room, and we jump on him. His name was Jeff Resman. We jumped on him, and all of a sudden the covers like slipped off of him, and he sleeps naked. And so we were like, oh God.
There's a ghost here.
We're in bed with this naked guy. So we were like putting the blankets back on him. It's out there somewhere. I think Grunwald posted it somewhere for us. So it's kind of funny.
That's funny. Yeah.
That was a dumb show I created. Bush.
That's actually pretty cool.
Next time we're together, we're gonna do an episode.
We got to do an episode of that.
And here's the funny thing. That night we created a Facebook page for it, and every day we still get likes. Every day. For the last 6 years, 7 years. People still like that page. Ambush Paranormal.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh my God.
It's like it was a joke and everybody still wanted to be friends to it.
I know these guys. They were on TV. I know they were.
I saw him out somewhere. Wasn't he in that movie? And then he was on the TV and then radio. And then they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're famous.
Ambush Paranormal. Talking about weird shows.
Ugh.
So if you don't know what's in a house, don't tell anybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice box.
Right.
Bring a psychic medium with you. Seriously.
Always. Right?
And don't scare people.
No. Why?
Even if it's crap in the house and you got to work with it, don't scare them. Work with them the right way.
Yeah.
I said the majority of the stuff that I've come up with it, I had a case where this person really was all about, he wouldn't sleep in his own bed because he thought this ghost was trying to choke him and kill him. And he wouldn't. He slept upright like this all day long on his couch. He'd leave all the lights on because he was afraid.
Right.
So I go in this place, and within 15 minutes of being in there, I know what's going on. And sort of the investigator, so we do most of the night. And then I finally said, I told Tim, I said, we need to talk to this person. And I said to him, I said, I said, you remember that night? He goes, yeah, I remember. He had the church there to try to do an exorcism and remove him from the house, but he still felt this feeling there. And I said, so do you want me to exorcise your dad? And he goes, what? He goes, he says, because that night you had food before you went to bed in the lodge, and you were actually choking, and your dad came to your side to try to get you to wake up because he didn't want you to die. And he says, but you saw your dad going like this. He says, well, it freaked me out. I said, yeah, it freaked you out because he was trying to get you awake.
Right.
Whatever he could to make you live. And so then we talked about him, and even up until now, I told him how they needed to talk to their dad in the morning or whenever he wanted to talk to him. And so now every morning they see the shadow come by in the morning, and they're having breakfast, and he says, hi, Dad.
Gotta start charging rent.
I know. I don't mind. My dad's always here, so I'm always happy.
Cut the apron string sometime, will you?
Yeah. All right. So are you doing any shows coming up?
I have you tonight, and I'm just waiting for this TV thing to finish up, because the back and forth stuff is really getting to be like monotonous, and it gets to a part where you really hate it, and I hate contracts.
I don't.
Here he goes. Send the contract to
Scotty Rourke at Scotty Rourke at yahoo.com. I'll be in any show. Just, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. No, but it's the point where it gets to be, all right, we're done already. I mean, I went through all that stuff, all those meetings and everything with the law and everybody. So let's get it done now. And then, unfortunately, what's going on in America, because it's going to be an American show, and then all the cases are over there. I can't get across the border.
Yeah, and you couldn't even be with police right now anyway,
No.
It's not the time for it. So
No.
hopefully we can get it by fall. You can get back on it and get it going.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I canceled all my tour stops except for one. I'm gonna have to cancel tomorrow, Philadelphia, because I know for sure in August that's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. And those poor people down, I call it down there, I mean over where you are, some of those people need the money. And I hate holding their money. And I've called them already and said, look, and they said, let's wait till June. They didn't want me to cancel back in April. I said, okay, so now I have to wait on what they say. That's weird, eh? My tour, but I have to wait on what you say, right? So I got to cancel and give all the people back their money.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that's so Pamela. I tell my ghosts that live in my old farmhouse that they need to pay rent.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for them to pay up. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there IOU? No.
The cool thing is I started with a group called Body Labs here in Wisconsin, and we do a lot of spiritual things in different towns, like little psychic fairs.
Yeah.
And they're all opening up. So my first one comes on the 14th.
Oh,
so just 2 weeks away. So starting
yeah. Good.
Back at it. So they all seem to be going. We're over 50 people limits and that type of stuff. So we're all good. So
well, I hope that COVID thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have only been like in Madison where we're only between 5 and 20 people a day that get it now. So we're well into the low range.
Good.
We're seeing us all back up and the events started happening. By the way, I'm doing readings on my Facebook business page, Scotty Rourke Psychic Medium. I'm holding classes, mediumship classes on the same page you can book. So otherwise, watch the shows every Wednesday. Thank Robbie for coming. You got a webpage?
Yeah, robbiethomas.net. Come and take a look. A lot of stuff on there and pretty simple, robbiethomas.net.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And thank everybody for watching. stay safe, and for all of us here, we pray that we can get a change in this world to make everybody more equal, and really step up the people that have been hurt for so long. So, all right,
Amen.
we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.